I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. Micah chapter 5, and remember, this will be the conclusion of Micah's second prophecy. Messiah shall be born in Bethlehem. In the last days the remnant of Jacob shall triumph gloriously over the Gentiles. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He hath laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. But thou, Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little among the thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be a ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been of old, from everlasting. Therefore will he give them up until the time that she which travaileth hath brought forth. Then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel. Okay, so this is our rather unique prophecy in Micah, the reference to Christ coming out of Bethlehem. Now it doesn't state that he'll be born in Bethlehem, but it does say he will come out of Bethlehem. And considering that David is from Bethlehem, and so the royal line of David is from Bethlehem, it makes sense he would be born in Bethlehem. So even though it doesn't state it directly, it is a logical inference. Now I do want to mention one thing, and I'll probably talk about it again later when we get back into the book of Alma, but there's a lot of controversy, or a lot of complaints, a lot of attacks from people outside the church, because Alma states in the Book of Mormon that Christ would be born at Jerusalem, which is the land of our forefathers. And they say, oh, Jerusalem's not Bethlehem, they got it wrong. And I just want to point out, first of all, that there is no indication that Micah was contained on the brass plates. When Nephi came and got the brass plates, he mentions that Isaiah was there, and there were many prophecies of Jeremiah, but he never mentions Micah. And if Micah is the only prophet that said Christ would be born in Bethlehem, then Alma, all he knows is that they'll be born back in the old country, in the land of their forefathers. He would not have had this reference of Micah. Just wanted to say that. Anyways, verse 4. And he shall stand and feed in the strength of the Lord, and the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall abide, for now shall he be great unto the ends of the earth. And this man shall be the peace, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our palaces, then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds and 8 principal men. And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof. Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian, when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. So I like this one. This is interesting. When Assyria comes to Judah, Judah will drive back Assyria. And they do. Now, I'm not sure what it means by the 7 shepherds and the 8 principal men, but Judah drives Assyria out. They are not conquered by Assyria. But they are conquered by Babylon, and later on it says, Assyria will be driven out, but the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people. So Israel's going to be taken out, because that's part of Jacob, and Judah's going to be taken out into Babylon, but Judah will not be conquered by Assyria. He's making this distinction here. I also want to point out that the land of Nimrod is Assyria. Nimrod came out of Babylon, and he established the city of Nineveh. He built a couple of cities up there. And he was the one that was the original king of that area. That's where Nimrod was. That's why it's called the land of Nimrod. Anyways, verse 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. And I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities. And I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard. So this is at the gathering, Christ will lead the Jews, or the house of Jacob, in a final and great victory over all their enemies. I'm going to leave that there. The imagery is interesting, but it's the basic idea. In the last days, Israel will triumph. See you in the next one.